Ladies and gentlemen, the utter foolery continues. The joke continues. The circus show, the clownery, all of this continues, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out. This particular news is going to blow your mind. Mail exclusive. Chelsea fears sacking Pochettino would put them in breach of financial rules, as it would take more than 10 million to dismiss him and staff. We're now at a situation, apparently, ladies and gentlemen, if we sack Pochettino and his staff, we could breach financial fair play. I mean, talk about the utter nonsense that is getting circulated around. All of these journalists, like they must be well paid. They must be well paid by Chelsea and the owners. All these briefs that's been coming out, it's amazing. There's so many more to show you. As I said, it's going to blow your mind. But this is what we are to believe right now. This is where we are. We are to believe that Chelsea Football Club, they buy kids for fun and buying them for large amount of sums. And we are to believe that sacking Pochettino, that's what's going to tip us over the financial fair play. You're mad. You're mad. You're absolutely mad. Don't even buy anyone in the summer if we have to. Don't even buy anyone. Sell those pure profit players and just get rid of Pochettino. What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for another shellacking from Aston Villa in the FA Cup replay? Because that's what's going to happen. What's it going to take? Where do you want to draw the line? What is your limit? Are you limitless? We've just taken a pounding from Liverpool 4-1, another pounding from Wolves at Stamford Bridge 4-2. All of these scores, it could have been even wilder than what it has been. What are we waiting for? We want to get dismantled by Aston Villa. We go to the Carabao Cup, get dismantled by Liverpool. Why is it so difficult for you to see that the two directors, Paul Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart, the manager, Pochettino, they're all mediocre. You yourself as owners are mediocre. Why aren't you waking up? Or are you just too thick in the head? You've got the perfect opportunity right now to make a change, to rectify this situation, because you've taken the club to the cleaners. The club is disappearing. Your investment is also evaporating. I find this so strange. This is what we have to believe. This is what they're trying to feed to the fan base to scare us to the point that we don't ask for Pochettino or anyone to be sacked, because now the issue is we can't afford to sack them. We can't afford to sack them. It's crazy. Let's go through all the other news, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much to go through. Breaking: Chelsea do not plan to sack Pochettino yet, but he is under pressure to improve results between now and the end of the season. Of course. Of course he's under pressure. But why is it taking so long for you guys to get this done? I can't believe, off the back of that Wolves performance, lack of performance from the team, where you can see the team is done. It is disjointed. There are so many reports internally where players don't want to be around anymore. They hate the training session. They can't wait to go home. Apparently, some of the players are overweight. Apparently, some of the players can't take criticism. It is a toxic situation. Some people internally are saying in the 15 years they've been there, they've not seen Chelsea in such a state. Why are you not fixing this? It's mad, absolutely mad. And today, all the journalists are coming out and saying that, his job is not under threat at all by any means. Chelsea are backing Pochettino and he is not under any immediate threat of losing his job, coming from Nizar Kinsella. So we've already seen from Matt Law, now Nizar, and there's plenty more. Chelsea fans singing Roman Abramovich and Jose Mourinho did not go unnoticed by senior figures. However, there was no sense of panic on Monday coming from our law. So no panic, no panic. It's just the fan base are just wasting our time, it seems like. I think what it's going to come down to is the fans at Stamford Bridge. They're the ones who are going to be able to make this change. If results continue this way, you best believe the fans at Stamford Bridge, they're going to lose their mind. And once that happens, I think that's when these owners can finally change their mind and finally actually start doing something, be proactive about the situation. One source said, it's a couple of bad results after a positive month. There is understanding at the top of Chelsea that Pochettino has been hampered by a huge injury list to key players, and the progress did seem to be being made before two bad results. Look, we need to understand the progress that they're talking about before these two bad results. We didn't play anyone substantial. We played teams that are either in the lower divisions or against teams in the Premier League that are just not doing well as well. Beating Middlesbrough, beating Preston, beating Fulham, just scraping past Luton, scraping past Sheffield United. These are not good results. I could understand if we actually won them convincingly and you're coming up with this particular statement. We all knew as a fan base, wait till you start playing the proper matches. Wait till you start playing the Liverpool, the Wolves, Aston Villa, and that's when we can judge you. And surely enough, we're collapsing. So don't give me this BS that just two bad results, and prior to that, it was a good month. You must be blind. You must be absolutely blind. And this whole thing about huge injury lists to key players, come on, man. Players like Reece James, players like Ben Chilwell, they've been injured for a long time. There's still enough there to find a solution without them. Romeo Lavia has not even kicked a ball for Chelsea Football Club, so don't even worry about that. The only one that I see of any value is Nkunku. Yes, he has been a miss. But you've got to find solution. You can't just be sitting here without Nkunku and then surrendering. I give up. I don't know. That's not what Ange Postecoglou did. They lost Harry Kane. There could not be a bigger loss than Harry Kane. I'm telling you this much. And they're still scoring goals. What's our excuse? That's a new manager there as well. What's our excuse? Plain and utter BS. Plain and utter BS. Mauricio Pochettino is safe but under pressure. Preference to see out the season, but plans could be brought forward if season continues to deteriorate. Coming from Sammy Mugbill. What more deterioration do you need to see? This is what I mean. Like we must be waiting for Aston Villa shellacking. We're waiting for another slapping from the hands of Aston Villa, and maybe then we're going to react. Who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we just won't react one bit. Squad morale is said to be low at Cobham. Insiders close to the team describe an atmosphere of players leaving as soon as they can after training is finished, with squad members rarely staying behind to do extra work. So no one's motivated. No one's motivated to stay at Chelsea Football Club. No one's motivated to do any sort of extra work, to get better. There's no passion to be at the club. And this is what I've been saying. So many people out there want to be false positive. It cannot be a positive situation when you lose that often, when your performances are so poor. That's why I don't believe a single thing when these players come out publicly stating things are good internally. No, it's not. It cannot be. And now we're starting to see some of these news come out. Certain Chelsea players are said to have shown difficulty in accepting critical feedback. And this in itself, ladies and gentlemen, this is a problem. Now all of these news are coming out. We all know these players, they're in social media. They see this. Once they start seeing that players are being thrown under the bus as well, what do you think the situation is going to be like? There's going to be a divide between managers, backroom staff, players, board members, owners. And this news itself, which player is so arrogant? Which player is so arrogant enough that they are showing difficulty in accepting critical feedback? You guys have been poor. Why are you showing difficulties in accepting feedback? How are we meant to improve? Absolutely mad and sickening. Absolutely mad and sickening. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Coming from Max, there is currently a divide in hierarchy over the position of Maurizio Pochettino. Some figures feel a change is needed, whilst others argue he deserves more time and the cup final. A unanimous decision has yet to be reached, so likely he stays for now. This is what happens when you have a consortium. When you have too many people who are constantly providing feedback and opinions. This is why all of these 2 times directors, so many owners, other different personnels in the board, everyone's going to have an opinion and you're never going to come to a consensus. You need to have less people. One sporting director who communicates with one key owner, and that's it. They see the situation, they assess the situation, they provide the feedback to the owner, and the ultimate decision is made. Right now, there's just too many people. The only person that can overrule a majority decision is Iqbali. Iqbali will be consulting rest of the ownership, and they will go from there. As Matt Law reported in Potter regime, both sporting directors thought he should be sacked, and owners supported that, and Potter was gone. So Iqbali holds all the cards. Other than this divide, I do not know what is happening. I have spoken to some journalists and they don't know yet either. You will start to see briefs hit the media soon when the club want them to know what the exact situation is. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. The hope is that Christopher Nkunku's return from injury, Ben Chilwell being back, Conor Gallagher being settled until at least summer, and Nicholas Jackson returning from AFCON can all help bring stability and a strong finish to the season. Coming from Ben Jacobs. More nonsense. More nonsense that's getting fed to us. How long are we going to keep using this excuse of Nkunku's injury? Ben Chilwell being back. What's this Conor Gallagher being settled? What's that all about? Conor Gallagher pretty much starts every single game. Another new excuse, Nicholas Jackson just returning from AFCON, where he barely even featured. He was always coming off the bench. Why should he take time to settle down again? He should be settled. It's as if we're looking for that euphoric situation where everything is pristine, everything is fine. It's never going to be like that. It's never going to be like that. There's always going to be some sort of adversity that's going to be floating around. You're going to have to find a way. But no, this is what we're getting fed right now. Check this out. Strasbourg fans are unhappy with Blue Coat. Their fans have described the current squad as unrelatable and even unworthy. with the inherited destructive youth recruitment policy. The same thing. Two fan bases are enduring the same problems. Strasbourg as well, getting fed up with this youth recruitment policy. How can you be making the same mistake twice in two different clubs? Pathetic, man. Absolutely pathetic. I feel sorry for Strasbourg. I do. Initially, when I first saw this news a long time ago, I didn't understand it. I was more thinking, why are you upset, Strasbourg? You're going to get a lot of money now. But now I get it. What's the point of having all that money? You're just going to keep bringing in youth. Embarrassing. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Bell Silva's message on X has left senior figures unimpressed. There is frustration. It was posted and not deleted. Matt Law, I'm glad. I'm glad she hasn't deleted that. I know this doesn't look good. I know no players' relatives, in the likes of partners or parents or anyone else, they shouldn't be doing this. But Bell Silva's a fan herself. She's seen enough. And she's probably only reiterating what the entire squad feels. If Thiago Silva's going out there and telling her all of these things, you best believe the entire squad feels like that too. Or majority of the squad feels like that. Don't be upset with Bell Silva. Be upset with your dumb decisions as owners, as board members. Be upset with yourselves that you haven't been able to sack the 2 times directors and the manager yet, and to start rectifying and to start the treatment of this disease that Chelsea Football Club has. Don't be upset with Bell Silva. Pochettino is considering a tactical change to a 3-at-the-back system in desperate bid to salvage Chelsea's season. Now, this is what we are being thrown at to believe. 3-at-the-back, ladies and gentlemen. That will solve all our problems. That will solve the ownership problems. That will solve the directors' problems. That will solve all the problems that the manager has with the squad. 3-at-the-back. This is the revolutionary change that will bring Chelsea the World Cup. Once again, Neza Kinsella. Probably getting paid nicely by Chelsea Football Club. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Check this out. This particular brother, Todd Klein, whatever his name is, he's the chief commercial officer of Tottenham Hotspurs. And he's apparently leaving Tottenham, or Tottenham's parting ways with him. And they've got a lot of issues with this particular person. He's not been able to fulfill his role. And Chelsea are looking to bring him on board. Chelsea owners are bringing him on board. No shame. One mediocre person after another mediocre person after another. Like as if we've not done enough damage by bringing in mediocrity from Brighton, by bringing in mediocrity from Monaco. Now we want to just influx the team with more mediocrity with people that have not been able to finish their job at Spurs. There's a whole heap of articles out there. Check it out. He was hired to do a job at Spurs. I think was meant to be bringing naming rights for the stadium, and he's been unable to do so. And now this guy is coming to Chelsea Football Club, coming from Fabrizio Romano. Understand Todd Klein is set to join Chelsea in the next months after leaving Tottenham as a commercial chief officer. He's been placed on gardening leave, as reported by Matt Law, told he'll join Chelsea right after. Agreement almost done. Mad. Absolutely mad. And this is what Eunice said. Investor Centre FC, we took Brighton scrubs on a football level, and now we're taking Tottenham scrubs on a commercial level. Brilliant. No priorities or standards at this club. It's absolutely well said, man. Absolutely well said. Joke of a football club right now. 2 years of mediocrity, 2 years of mid-table, potentially looking at a third year as well. And these owners are just oblivious to anything. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for a live stream tomorrow. Until then, everyone, take care. And so, yeah.